Right now, as you're watching this video, someone is looking at your Instagram. They're scrolling through photos from 2 years ago. They know about your new job before you told them, and they will never, ever like a single thing. Here's the thing nobody talks about. We all do this. According to a 2023 study, 87% of social media users admit to viewing profiles of people they don't interact with. And if you're someone who regularly deep dives into profiles without leaving a trace, your brain might be wired in a fascinatingly different way. Why we stalk silently. Humans are information-gathering machines. For thousands of years, knowing about others meant survival. Social media has turned this ancient survival mechanism into an all-you-can-eat buffet. Silent stalkers aren't just curious, they're experiencing information-seeking behavior driven by dopamine. The act of seeking information, not finding it, releases the dopamine. Every click, every scroll, every new photo, a micro-hit of dopamine. A 2022 UCLA study found that anticipating learning something new about someone activates the same neural pathways as anticipating a gift. Your brain cannot tell the difference between opening a present and opening someone's tagged photos from 2019. The 3 types of silent stalkers. Type 1. The nostalgic archaeologist. This person is excavating their past, ex-partners, old friends, former classmates. They're not trying to reconnect. They're trying to answer one burning question. Did they turn out okay without me? There's actual research on this. A 2020 study found that people who stalk ex-partners' profiles are struggling with something called unresolved attachment. They never got proper closure, so their brain keeps seeking information to create its own ending to the story. But here's what's fascinating. These people aren't necessarily unhappy. They're just human. Our brains hate unfinished narratives. We need to know how the story ends, even if we are no longer in it. Type 2. The comparison shopper. This is the person scrolling through profiles of people in their field, their age group, their life stage. They're not being nosy. They're calibrating their own life against others. And before you judge this, understand that social comparison is a fundamental human drive. Psychologist Leon Festinger discovered this in 1954. We evaluate ourselves by comparing ourselves to others. It's how we know if we're doing okay. The problem, social media comparison, is like shopping for self-esteem at a store that only sells unrealistic expectations. Everyone's highlight reel makes your behind the scenes look like a disaster. Silent stalkers in this category often score higher in what's called contingent self-worth. Their self-esteem isn't internally generated, it depends on external validation and comparison. They're not stalking out of malice, they're stalking out of insecurity. Type 3. The curious observer. This person is just interested. They find people fascinating. They watch profiles the way other people watch documentaries. There's no agenda, no comparison, no unresolved feelings, just pure anthropological curiosity. Interestingly, people in this category often score higher in trait openness and intellectual curiosity. They're the same people who fall down Wikipedia rabbit holes at 2 a.m. Their brain just loves learning about humans, even strangers. So why not interact? 3 reasons. Fear of exposure. You don't want them to know you're thinking about them. Leaving a like says, "Hey, I was looking at your photos from 2021 on a random Tuesday." Silence is safer. The illusion of control. When you observe without interacting, you maintain power. You have information about them, but they have none about you. A 2021 study found that people with higher social anxiety are significantly more likely to engage in silent profile viewing. Parasocial comfort. Silent stalking lets you feel connected without the risk of actual connection. You know what's going on in their life, but you don't have to deal with the messiness of real relationships. What your brain is actually doing. Let's talk neuroscience for a second, because what's happening in your brain during a silent stalking session is legitimately fascinating. The reward prediction error. Every time you find something unexpected on someone's profile, a new relationship, a career change, a dramatic haircut, your brain experiences what's called a reward prediction error. Basically, you predicted one thing, reality delivered another, and your brain goes, "Ooh, interesting," and releases dopamine. This is why you can't stop at one profile. Your brain is now trained. Scrolling equals surprises equals dopamine. Rinse and repeat. The Zeigarnik effect. Ever notice how you remember unfinished tasks better than completed ones? That's the Zeigarnik effect, and it applies to people too. That person you used to know but lost touch with, your brain filed them as an incomplete story. So every time you think of them, your brain nudges you. Hey, we never finished gathering information about this person. Maybe check their Instagram. Silent stalking becomes a way to complete what your brain perceives as unfinished business. Memory consolidation. Here's something creepy in a cool way. When you repeatedly view someone's profile, you're literally strengthening the neural pathways associated with that person. Your brain is building a more detailed file on them, even though you haven't spoken in years. You probably know more about their current life than people who actually interact with them regularly. When it becomes unhealthy. Silent profile stalking isn't always harmless. If checking someone's profile makes you feel worse every time but you can't stop, that's compulsive cyber checking associated with depression and anxiety. You're picking at an emotional wound that can't heal. Some people use it as self-harm, comparing themselves to others who seem more successful and confirming their worst beliefs. Except they're comparing their internal experience to everyone else's external performance. It's an unfair fight. And sometimes it's avoidance. Instead of processing feelings or reaching out, we just watch from a distance. It creates the illusion of connection while preventing real connection. So what does this all mean? If you're someone who silently stalks profiles, you're not a creep. You're not pathetic. You're a human with a brain that evolved to be curious about other humans, living in a world where that curiosity has an infinite buffet. Sometimes it's just how we stay loosely connected in an age of infinite social circles. Sometimes it's harmless curiosity, and that's okay. But ask yourself, is this serving you or hurting you? If checking someone's profile makes you smile or satisfies harmless curiosity, keep scrolling. But if it makes you anxious, inadequate, or stuck in the past, that's your brain telling you it's time to close the app and invest that energy somewhere else. Maybe in your own life. Maybe in relationships with actual reciprocity. The final truth. The person you're stalking, they're probably stalking someone too. We're all watching each other through these little windows, trying to figure out if we're okay. The next time you find yourself 8 months deep into someone's tagged photos at midnight, remember, you're not broken, you're not weird, you're just human. Your brain is doing exactly what evolution designed it to do, seeking information about other humans to understand your place in the world. The only question is, are you going to let that information help you grow or keep you stuck? Maybe it's time to close the app and live a life worth stalking.